Get a look at Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky's relationship with their soon-to-be son-in-law. How do Alexia Umansky's parents feel about her fiancé Jake Singerman? It's apparently all Love fans got a closer look at the dynamic when the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills daughter asked Jake to participate in another TikTok trend involving her mom and dad. The challenge was pretty straightforward. A person phones their in-laws to say goodnight and captures the often surprising and or hilarious reactions on Find Out What Mauricio Umansky thinks of Alexia Umansky's fiancé. Told my fiancé to call each of my parents and tell them goodnight. Alexia captioned the clip in which she urged her beau to be cool and try to avoid laughing. Jake began by calling Alexia's dad, Mauricio Umansky, who had just returned from a trip. "How are you?" Jake asked. "I'm good, and you?" Mauricio responded, "I'm good, just hanging out right now." Jake continued as he struggled to hold in his laughter. "Just wanted to give you a quick call and wish you a good night. Hope you have some sweet dreams." Mauricio clearly appreciated the call and described Jake as the best. "I just wanted to catch up real fast and wish you a good night," Jake continued, to which Mauricio replied, "I love you, man. Thank you so much. Good night to you as well." As soon as the call ended, Jake put his hands over his face and burst out laughing. He was so nice. That was the nicest thing ever. Jake said Kyle Richards thought Alexia Umansky was about to announce her pregnancy. Alexia then told her fiancé to quickly call her mom, Kyle Richards. Before Mauricio told her about the random chat, Jake dialed his soon-to-be mother-in-law, who answered after one ring. "Hello, Jake. Is everything okay?" The Beverly Hills wife immediately said, "Everything's great, everything's good." Jake reassured Kyle, "Just wanted to call you and say goodnight." Oh, Kyle said with a tone skepticism. "What's going? My heart is pounding." Jake reiterated that everything was fine, wanted to wish her sweet dreams. "Oh, well, sweet dreams. I love you, sleep tight," Kyle said, before Alexia chimed in and informed her mom they were doing a TikTok challenge. "I got so scared," Kyle said with a sigh of relief, and then when paused, "I thought you were going to say you were pregnant." Kyle Richards reflects on Alexa and Jake Singerman's engagement party. Alexia and Jake got engaged back in November after 5 years of dating. The couple, who have known each other since grade school, celebrated their engagement with a next-level party in Kyle's backyard. The Beverly Hills mom reflected on the event in a recent interview with Briefing on Bravo, saying, "It was a really beautiful celebration. We didn't make it in our high heels till 12:30 a.m., but we did make it. We survived the night," Kyle joked. Erica Jane and Boz John, they couldn't make it. But yes, we had a lot of the housewives there, past and present, and lots of family and friends. Kyle was also asked if she had given marriage advice to Alexia as she approaches wedding day. The housewife said she and Mauricio set a good example of a healthy union, even amid their ongoing separation. "You know what? She's grown up with her mom and dad seeing our marriage," Kyle told Briefing on Bravo. "Obviously we're going through what we're going through now, but Alexia always saw a positive image of what that is, and now I think she's seeing a positive image of what being separated can look like. I think we're doing the best we can, and I think our kids feel that Kyle's and Mauricio's future son-in-law, it's all love and a little TikTok mischief. We all wondered, haven't we, when a beloved reality TV family introduces a new significant other, especially a potential son-in-law. The burning question is always, how do the parents really feel? Well, get ready to have your hearts warmed, because when it comes to Alexia Singerman, it's clear that Kyle Richards and Mauricio the Umanskys are absolutely smitten, and honestly, who can blame them? The dynamic between Jake and her famous parents recently gave us a hilarious and heartwarming peek into their family bond, all thanks to a certain social media trend. You know, the one where you call your parents or in-laws and tell them goodnight, recording their often priceless reactions. Of course, Alexia, being the queen of TikTok, had to get Jake's in on the action, and let me tell, the results were pure gold. Jake's mission: Operation Goodnight In-laws. Alexia, with a mischievous glint in her eye, tasked Jake with a seemingly simple mission: call her mom and dad and wish them a good night. The only Catch he had to be cool and, most importantly, try not to burst laughing. Easier said than done when you're pulling a fast one on your future in-laws, right? First up on Jake's goodnight call list was the always charming Mauricio Umansky. Mauricio had just returned from a trip, and Jake, trying his absolute best to keep a straight face, launched into his well-rehearsed, if a little giggly, script. "Hi Ma, how are you?" Jake began, the slightest glimmer of amusement in his voice. "I'm good, and you?" Mauricio replied, completely unsuspecting. "I'm good. Just hanging out right now." Jake continued, practically vibrating with suppressed laughter. "Just wanted to give you a quick call and wish you a good night. Hope you have some sweet dreams." Honestly, if you thought Mauricio would be anything but lovely, you were mistaken. His reaction was exactly what you'd hope for from a loving future father-in-law. He genuinely appreciated the call, immediately describing Jake as the best. "Can you imagine a sweeter compliment? I just wanted to catch up real fast and wish you a good night." Jake pressed on, probably bracing himself for any hint of suspicion for Mauricio, but Mauricio, being the gem he is, he simply responded with pure affection. "I love you, man. Thanks. You so much. Good night to you as well." Jake couldn't hold it in any longer. He clapped his hands over his face, a wave of uncontrolled laughter washing over him. That was the nicest thing ever." Jake gushed, clearly touched by Mauricio's genuine warmth. "It's safe to say Jake passed the Mauricio test with flying colors." Kyle's reaction from panic to pregnancy oops, with Mauricio's call successfully completed. Alexia nudged Jake to quickly dial her mom, Kyle Richards, before Mauricio had a chance to spill the beans about the random goodness night chat, and let's just say Kyle's reaction was a whole different ballgame. Jake dialed his soon-to-be mother-in-law, and she answered on the first ring, her voice already laced with concern. "Hello? Jake, is everything ok?" The Beverly Hills wife immediately asked, her alarm bells clearly ringing. "Everything's great, everything's good." Jake quickly reassured Kyle, probably trying to sound as nonchalant as possible, which, let's be real, is tough when you're hiding a giggle. "Just wanted to call you and say goodnight. And this is where it gets good." "Oh, ok," Kyle said, but her tone was dripping. Skepticism in her voice rose a few octaves as she continued. "What's going on? My heart is pounding." Jake, probably fighting a losing battle against his laughter, reiterated that everything was perfectly fine, and he simply wanted to wish her sweet dreams. "Oh, ok, well, sweet dreams. I love you, sleep tight," Kyle said, still sounding a little bewildered. That's when Alexia, bless her heart, she finally chimed in and spilled the beans. They were doing a tick to challenge the wave of relief that washed over Kyle was palpable. "I got so scared," she confessed with a dramatic sigh, "and then the kicker, and then when you paused. I thought you were going to say you're pregnant. Seriously, you can't make this stuff up." Kyle's genuine concern and immediate leap to pregnancy announcement just goes to show how deeply she cares about Alexia. It also perfectly encapsulates the delightful chaos and love that defines their family. It was a moment that made us all laugh out loud and feel a little closer to the Richards Umansky clan, his celebration of love reflecting on Alexia and Jake's engagement. Beyond the hilarious TikTok shenanigans, it's clear that the bond between Alexia and Jake is built on a solid foundation of love, and her parents are absolutely thrilled for them. After 5 wonderful years of dating, Alexia and Jake got engaged last November. They've known each other since grade school, which makes their journey even more heartwarming, doesn't it? Celebrate their upcoming nuptials. The couple threw a truly spectacular engagement party right in Kyle's very own backyard, and let me tell you, it looked like Kyle herself recently gushed about the event in an interview, describing it as a really beautiful celebration. "We didn't make it in our high heels till 12:30 a.m., but we did make it. We survived the night," Kyle joked, giving us a peek into the fun-filled and perhaps slightly exhausting night. She also confirmed that many of the beloved housewives, past and present, were there to celebrate alongside a multitude of family and friends. It truly sounds like it was a night to remember, filled with love, laughter, and plenty of dancing marriage advice from Kyle, a legacy of love and realism with Alexia approaching her wedding day. The natural question arose. Kyle given her any marriage advice, and in true Kyle fashion, her answer was incredibly honest and insightful.